Well, joining me now live after Moira Deeming was expelled from the Victorian Liberal Parliamentary Party room is the leader, John Pesutto. Mr Pesutto, thanks very much for joining me this afternoon on the program. I know you gave a lengthy press conference before and plenty of issues were canvassed then, but ultimately, given that you've got 11 MPs that voted against this motion, and I've obtained the names of those 11 MPs and we brought them to our viewers earlier, that being Kim Wells, Renee Heath, Joe McCracken, Ryan Smith, Bev McArthur, Brad Batten, Chris Cruther, Nick McGowan, David Hodgett, Richard Reardon and Bill Tilley. That's according to this list that I've obtained. Given that you've got all of those MPs that didn't vote for this expulsion today, do you have a problem with unity in your party room as you try and seek to reform?
Well, it's one of the objectives we really have to work on, and the 11 names you've read out, I didn't put that list together, but those names and all the other names of those in the room know that we've got to work together to be an effective opposition to hold the corrupt, incompetent and exhausted Andrews Labor government to account. We know it's a challenge reforming the party. It's going to take some time, but we're all aware that we can all play an active part in that, and I'm confident that everybody has come away from that meeting with a renewed sense of how important that objective is.
Have you now served that notice on Moira Deeming of the expulsion, the decision of the party room? I think when I spoke with you around about 2 hours ago, it was being drafted. Has that been served yet?
I haven't been at my office to check that, but I believe it will. If it hasn't gone, it will be going shortly. It's just a notification of what's already been reported, but it is a formal part of the process, so it will be done today. I just haven't had a chance to follow that up in the office, but it may well have been done in my absence, but I'll check when I'm back there shortly.
In the party room today, you obviously considered this expulsion motion, but you considered a sanction against an MP, your party secretary, Renee Heath. And my understanding from sources is that there was a discussion in the party room in regards to minutes from that meeting and different versions of minutes. I've been told that you had, quote, decided to take over the issue in regards to the minutes. Did you take over that issue? And essentially, why did you do that? And why was Renee Heath also sanctioned?
Well, the party room, for reasons you may well understand, Simon, wanted the issue of minutes to be resolved. They're not the most important thing that we need to be focused on. And I think there was a strong sense in the room, not only today, but in the last couple of weeks, that we need to be focused on the Andrews government and all that it's doing wrong, not focused on minutes. So today, the party room, which owns the decision. Ultimately, it's not my decision to approve minutes. It's a party room decision with everybody there being present, having a vote on the minutes. It's for the party room to decide those minutes, and the party room did. We're moving on from those because we know just how important it is to focus on the upcoming Andrews budget, which will be a horror budget. So the minutes have been done, they're dealt with, and we're now focused on the budget a little after next week.
Can you tell the constituents of the Western Metropolitan region, the tens of thousands out there, exactly why their MP was expelled from the party of which they elected?
Yeah, so I think there's a lot of things on the public record, Simon, that are fairly self-evident, and the party wanted to move to deal with this issue. It's now been dealt with. Moira will continue to serve her constituents. We have Trung Lu, who is the new Parliamentary Party Secretary, a Liberal member for the Upper House in Western Metropolitan region. So they will both continue to serve their constituents, of course. But look, Simon, let me be candid with you and all of our viewers. No party wants to deal with these things. But as a new leader, I'm working with all of my colleagues to reform the party, make sure it's disciplined, focused and united. We want to be an inclusive party. We're all committed to that. We know how important it is to do that, but no party wants to be dealing with this. I understand. But in order for us to apply the scrutiny that we need to, we also needed to focus on the priorities of the Victorian people, including the people of Western Metropolitan region.